She's world renowned. She's Hollywood's nanny to the stars. She's the go-to nanny. She loves children and she's been involved in the world of childcare for a long time. We are so honored to have the extraordinary Marva Soogrim joining us here live on the Jim Masters Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Celebrity Talk Show Series. How are all of you? I'm your host, Jim Masters. We're here in the host chair doing what we do. It's been an extraordinarily busy day. I had 5 radio shows to host, 2 TV shoots, and literally I just got in from a guitar gig with our new guitar that we've been talking about that we just got, acoustic, and literally flew into this chair. Marva herself flew into her chair and we're here. This is your first time joining us. This is an entertainment lifestyle celebrity talk show series playing off my work in television and radio, which I do professionally and nationally and internationally in TV and radio as a host and presenter and journalist and so much more. And our guests come in from Broadway, Hollywood, television, film, music, stage, culinary arts, sports, comedy, inspiration, health and wellness, science and nature, sports, food, everything. And we have a good time with all of you. If this is your first time here, thanks for joining us. Welcome to our Entertainment Lifestyle Celebrity Talk Show series, where we always have a good time, filled with lots of light, love, and levity, or as we call it, JMS Levity. And if you want to comment during the show, gang, you can do that right now. Our JMS Live Levity chat room is open and available. If you have any questions for our guest or for me, your host and producer, if you want to say hello to one another while the show is on live, you can do that when you subscribe to our YouTube channel, where we house hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of episodes of the Jim Masters Show Live series. You can actually comment right now when you subscribe to the YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. It's a bonus. It's something that we give our viewers or subscribers as a gift for subscribing to the channel, which costs absolutely nothing to do. So good to have you with us. Hope your day is going well. If it's not, stick with us. We're going to give you some great tips, some practical information, and we're going to have a good time with our guest, Marva. Again, she's coming to us from Los Angeles, California, born in beautiful Trinidad. She came to the United States in the 1980s at the age of 21 with medical assistant training and impeccable references. Marva began her calling as a baby nurse and nanny to some of New York's most prestigious families. And news of her novel and calm approach to caring for babies spread quickly, as she quickly became the nanny of choice for celebrity A-listers, including Julia Roberts, Reese Witherspoon, Courteney Cox, Sheryl Crow, Chris O'Donnell, just to name a few. She also created the Marvalous Baby method, and it's really revolutionary. It brings order to the chaos in any household. And when the household is calm, the baby is calm. Her approach is to work with parents to integrate their new baby into the home and to make sure everyone operates as a unit. And when a newborn arrives into any family, their lives quickly become all about the baby. Marva insists that parents also take care of their relationship as well. A mother of 4 herself, Marva can tap into the deep instinct that every parent possesses and help guide them in a way that still fits their individual needs. Also specializing in multiple births, Marva has assisted many families in finding their own ways of parenting by integrating their style with their own proven methods. Marva is frequently asked by the media to offer parenting advice as well. She's appeared on the Today Show on NBC, various broadcasts as she's written about parenting for such popular publications as the Huffington Post, She Knows, and Today's Parent. And she's now making her skills to raise well-adjusted and relaxed children accessible to everyone. So first, Nanny to the Stars, Hollywood elite, New York prestigious families got a hold of her, and now she's making this available to everybody. And at the time of this show, this happens to be International Women's Day. So we say love and levity and all our best to all of the women out there who are making a difference in all of our lives. Of course, I have them in my life as well. Family, loved ones, friends, colleagues. So happy International Women's Day to all the women watching out there. And what a great day to have such an inspired and empowered woman as Marva Soogrim on our show on International Women's Day. Very cool. Gang, if you have any questions, you want to say hello, you can comment in the JMS Lovity chat room. It's always a pleasure to have you here when you do that. And again, I hope you guys are doing well. So, direct from Los Angeles, let's welcome our very illustrious guest. She's very busy. We actually had 3 or 4 other dates we were going to be doing this episode. And then we coordinated my crazy schedule with her crazy schedule. And here we are, and we're so happy. Marva Soogrim is joining us. She's comfortable in her position, and here she is. Marva, welcome to the Gym Masters Show.
Thank you so much, Jim. Thank you. It's an honor to be here. And if I may, just wish every woman of the world a happy International Women's Day.
Absolutely. Beautifully said. Absolutely. And to everybody watching on this day who are watching it live, and everybody, every day should be International Women's Day in my book. So nice to see you. And you and I were chatting before you went live on the air that I grew up in New York and grew up out east on Long Island. And we're here in the New York tri-state area along the southern New England coast between New York and Boston. And we had neighbors across the street out east on the island from Trinidad, nicest people on the planet, some of our favorite neighbors. And there was the wife, Annabelle, who worked for Eastern Airlines, and the husband, Ronald. They came from Trinidad. Originally Trinidad to Brooklyn, New York, which has a big West Indian area, and then further out east on Long Island. So the father, Ronald, they were friends with our parents, worked for Revlon Cosmetics. The mom, Annabelle, worked at Kennedy Airport for Eastern Airlines. So Maggie came from Trinidad, one of their relatives, to take care of the daughters. And we used to go over, to visit our parents, would visit their parents, their mother and father, and then we would play with the kids. And Maggie made this incredible pigeon peas and rice from Trinidad, and we can't find it anywhere. It is so good. Do you make the pigeon peas and rice too?
Yes. Was there any type of meats in it?
I think there's chicken, a little bit of chicken,
Chicken.
right?
So
Yes.
that's called pilau.
Is that what it's called?
Yes, it's
Ah.
it's one of our national dishes.
It's absolute. We could not get enough of it. Whenever we were invited to eat over, we would always be like, I hope pigeon peas
Yeah,
and rice. It's so
I
good. And it's not
yeah,
like the black-eyed peas that, others make with the rice. This is very specific, and the
yeah,
flavor is
it
absolutely.
is.
What kind of rice is used?
It's like a brown rice.
It is a brown rice. Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
best.
It's so good. Now we're making everybody hungry. We've got a foodie crowd here. So you came over to the States in the 80s,
Yeah.
and tell us about that. What was that like coming over from, the West Indies coming to America? Did you settle first in New York?
Yes, in New York, in Far Rockaway, New York, and yeah, I got here in December 1980, and it was my first plane ride, so that was fun and new.
Wow.
And
Yeah,
lots of new stuff.
absolutely. Yeah.
Coming into New York to meet to see snow for the first time. Again,
Yes.
something new. And excuse me, 4 days later I began working.
Yes, because
So
you had the medical assistant training and impeccable references. So they sort of in New York started scooping you up. Some of the prestigious families in the New York area got wind of your expertise and hired you to come right in, right? What was that
yeah,
like for you?
yeah, it was everything just seemed seamless,
Yes.
to
Yeah.
begin with, like when you're expecting something like that to happen, because I knew it, I felt it. I just didn't know what I was supposed to do, but I knew I was going to I knew I was going to meet people that, I never thought I would meet in life because of my work. I knew that much. And
Mm,
so I embrace till this day every moment of what I get to do, and I'm grateful for it. And it's been a ride, you know,
yes.
one family to the next, helping them to bring calm to their chaos, because they're stepping into the unknown as new parents, and then I am coming in as someone who has to be able to work with total strangers. We've never met each other in things like that. So that comes into play, personalities and in in what I do. So I see my finger there. Okay. Yeah, so I have been able to help many families, over the decades, and my name just kept on going till this day. There are some things that are specific to families and the parenting business. It's not, a cookie cutter situation. Every family has a different dynamic. It could be twins, and they have families of their own. It's
Yeah.
different. The dynamic is different.
Or a
So
special needs child, maybe, or
all of that, same sex parents, and we parenting has evolved, and I have along with it. This is my 42nd year, and
wow.
I have learned so much, so much, that I know that now I can help many, many, many new parents, especially new parents, because those are the ones that are walking into it and they have no idea.
And you've dealt with a lot of people, through the years, well-known celebrities like New York prestigious, the Hollywood elites. I mentioned, Courteney Cox, Sheryl Crow, celebrity A-listers, Reese Witherspoon, Julia Roberts, Chris O'Connell, and many, many others. And they're so busy and they're being pulled, I think I'm always being pulled in so many different directions, working in television or radio, stage and film. They're very
Mm.
much pulled in many different directions. So to have quality care for the children from somebody who truly cares, who gets it, who has the training, the expertise, who doesn't just have them sitting on the couch and then, doesn't really have any engagement with them, but somebody who really engages and knows what they're doing is very important, right? And I think that's
Yes.
why you're so beloved and why people, you're the go-to nanny for all of these people.
Yeah, and I'm very honored to hear you say that, and I receive that. Thank you.
Ah, you're welcome. It's
It,
the word, it takes a village and the word traveled. So if you have had the opportunity to work with, I have a couple of friends who grew up in celebrity households where the parents were gone and the parents were away and performing and all. And there would be a nanny that would come in and how important, it is because that relationship, it is a relationship that's there. I would imagine too that um, as these kids, like you say, doing it over 4 decades, as these kids have grown up and become adults and create their own lives, you've had probably some that stay in touch with you, right? Or they've,
yeah.
written or called and say, "Hey, I'm excited. This is what I'm doing now. I'm getting married," or, it's like family in a way, isn't it?
Yes, I got a call last week that one of my triplet charges from 30 years ago is getting married in June.
How
So,
wonderful is that, huh?
yes, I was like, wow.
That is fantastic. So they
Yeah.
stay in touch and they feel close to you and
And then we have Facebook and, other platforms of social media. So I get to see them.
Yeah, and you feel like a family member. It
Yeah.
starts as a professional situation and it's a professional relationship, but they feel bonded, I'm sure, the kids and grandkids with you as well. And
Yes.
so because of the experiences that you've had working with, these prominent families on the East Coast and celebrity A-listers as well on the East Coast and West Coast, uh, you've decided to also open up the opportunity for people to have access to the experience, the wisdom, the knowledge, and the care through Marvalous Babies, right?
Yeah.
You're the company that you have birthed, pun intended, that you created and founded. Tell us about Marvalous Babies and how folks watching can avail themselves of the opportunity of these services.
Well, Marvelous Babies was born out of the need to to help many people that are unable to pay for help. I thought when I got to be a certain age, God willing, I was going to want to use my time, my experiences to help many people across the world. And so I am there. So I say anybody who's having a babies, they can always reach out to me at my website marvelousbabies.com, and my social media buttons are on there. My website is getting a little bit of a facelift now,
Yeah.
but I'm easy to find. Marvelousbabies.com, and it's Marvalous babies.com, and this way everybody can be helped. Everybody
Yes.
can be helped, and so the chaos is not going to be as much as it's still going on in the world.
Everybody, especially a kid, needs a sense of stability and calm in their lives, right? Our world right now is spinning out of control and there's just a lot of craziness, and the adults are acting, a lot of them, like children themselves. Kids, as they're growing up, need a warm, safe environment, love and care. They need structure. They
Yeah.
need to feel, like they're valued, they're important. Maybe they have chores, things to do to feel like they're participating and they're included in the family dynamic, right?
Yeah, and it's so it can be so difficult to address every child and every child's situation and the adults, and it can be very tedious. And so I look at the news, I read up a lot of what's happening in the news, and especially with the pandemic, it has put people into such uncertainties.
Yeah.
Excuse me, where life overall is concerned. So I want to be a person in the space, in the parenting space, to kind of help parents to navigate the madness, the
Exactly.
madness in the world, coupled with parenting.
What are some of the dilemmas that you see? Is it a lot of times the parents are so busy now? We live in this 24/7 world where we have to keep up with so much, and there's nothing shuts off anymore. Nothing stops. Everything is constant. People work weekends and nights and mornings. And now you also have a lot of people working at home and from their home as well. There's so many different dynamics. What are a few of the things that you have discovered in your decades of expertise and experience that are common threads through a family when it comes to the care of the kids?
Um, the days can be very crazy at times, and that can last for years in some families, because that's what it is. Dad works at night, mom works in the daytime, and so you have people who really do not meet. There's no middle, because everybody has to do what they have to do. So you find ways to get parents together. You find ways to, by having both realize that when it comes down to chores, there shouldn't be a label on chores. Because once you label chores and you have a hectic life, the relationship or marriage will suffer, and the kids in turn. So you have to go in and become selfless, like real fast, to have a winning situation when it comes down to your family. I think the foundation of family is key. And parents should do what it takes to hold that family together. I'm not saying remain in an abusive relationship. I'm not talking about that. In the earlies, when two people come together and they realize they want to have a family, there are a lot of things they have to be able to give up when that time comes. Because if a woman is lying down and she just had a C-section and she's not able to go get the baby, then you have to shut off what you're watching on television and go put the program, or whatever the movie, on pause or record, and help. These little things, can go a long way. But always start with the foundation before anything else. If the foundation isn't good, the family's not going to last.
That's right. Yes. It's same thing as they're building a building. The foundation needs to be strong in order for the building to sustain and hold the
Yeah.
weight and carry all of what's going to be carried, right?
Yes. And so when it comes down to like the things that's needed, and the colors that needs to be in the nursery and all that, those things are not important. What's important is building that foundation and making sure it's nice and strong before you can get into the family way, because it's 24/7, and there's a lot of stress that comes with life outside of having children. And when you have children, you could have more stress, depending on how you manage yourself, how you manage the union. And
Right.
you have to become selfless. If parts of you, I mean, you have to give something. Sometimes you have to give certain things up
Right.
to be able to take care of the kids and to take care of the family. If you come in and you realize, listen, I don't want this, I don't, it's hard, and then you have to turn away from your family.
Hmm.
So for me, first, it's building the foundation before you start a family, more than anything else. Everything else can fall into place after that.
Right. And they say a lot of times now, because of all the technology, you'll have a situation where when the family is together, the father will go in that room, the mother goes in that room, the kid goes up into that bedroom, the other kid goes into that bedroom, and they're all, watching TV or on the technology, and some don't even come to the table to have dinner like they used to, the family time, the Sundays or whatever, where it was designated for us to be together. We talk about our day, we talk about what's going on, and there isn't a lot of that necessarily happening. That's really important, isn't it?
It's important. I went to a place I think it was a museum or garden or something in Paris. And I went to this cafe to get a cup of something to drink. And I looked around and all the kids were reading books. And this is like 40, 50 families. And the children were reading books. They were not on the phone. And I thought to myself, oh my God, well, I can take a picture of that, because it's people, families and so on. But I'm like, we should do this more. And I'm talking about teenagers too.
Yeah.
They're all reading books at the table, like they are done eating, or some people are waiting for their food, but the room was so quiet. So I say that to say it's possible. It's possible, but you have to be able to sorry about that,
Oh,
guys.
that's okay.
Yeah, you have to be able to you have to be able to have those boundaries at a very early age.
Yes.
You have to be able to discuss. That's why two people need to be on the same page when you have children. So then you can have that chat of, okay, well, let them know after school they can have the phone for half an hour before dinner. But you have to have those guidelines for them, and children will follow. you know
Absolutely.
but
Yeah.
sometimes I think it's just to say, oh, okay, it's all right, they can have the phone, and then it becomes such a drug.
Mm,
It's difficult to get the phone away from them.
yeah.
But I have taken care of babies for so long, and if I am taking care of that child and I'm telling the child, okay, we're gonna read, after your nap, or we're gonna play after your nap or something, because the nap is important, the child is going to listen. And that happens now with the same children. So children are not as difficult, as we make it out to be. We as adults have to take better charge, and just let them know what needs to be done, but do it from a young age. You can't do it at 13.
Yeah. You're right. A little bit difficult to try to get it through to them at that age. Yeah.
Yes, so you
Um,
have to start at a young age. And I understand parents are saying, they're so small and they're so cute. But remember, they're gonna get older and they're not gonna behave as cute.
I know. They're like when they're the little infant in the bassinet and
Yeah.
right, you're playing with their toes and right, it's a little bit of a
Yes.
different scenario.
Yeah. So
And
you always see them as that little baby, but you have to know in reality they're four.
right.
And
And
they need to learn how to make up their beds, and they need to learn how to take their laundry to the laundry basket, and their plate to the kitchen, and all that good stuff. It still works.
it really does, exactly, and if you learn it early, then you've earned it, there's
Yeah,
respect involved and
there
y
is.
right, and that's very important too, right? Do you find, like I know they say sometimes, um, there used to be a little bit more respect for quote unquote authority or for the parents, the grandparents, and now sometimes the kid can say anything back to the parents, and sometimes the parents just let that go, or I don't have time to be bothered with it. You probably see a lot of different things like that.
Well, to be honest, around me, that crap is not happening. You know,
You love the way she just that's what a
it's
fantastic answer. I love
it's
that.
not happening because it's like,
Your
okay,
eyes opened up when you said that too.
yeah, this is what it is, and this is, as
I
a
love that.
family, this is where we're at.
Yes.
We cannot eat XYZ today, but maybe Friday. And on top of that, you've got to come with your schoolwork in check. You have your manners down
Right.
in the household. And children, I am around children, and they respect me.
Yes. Right.
They respect me, but you have to be the one to, make those demands on yourself
Set
first.
the tone, right? Set that tone.
Yeah.
Do you work with all ages? What's the age range of kids that you work with?
Babies, but I see all the children in the house, in the
So
house,
yeah,
in the homes.
yeah,
I see teenagers. I see
yeah,
all ages, adult children, second marriages. So I
all of
see,
it.
and if something comes around me, I'm like, that's not the way to do that, hon.
Right.
That's not the way to do that. But this is the way. You want to say this instead of that, and then they do it.
Try to give them helpful guidance and advice and support along the
Yeah,
way in a constructive way, which is essential and I think relatable. And you get more response from being relatable and constructive. I just want to share with
yeah,
some of our viewers some of the incredible testimonials, and there are many. These are just a few. Courteney Cox and David Arquette say about Marva. Marva was like an angel to us. To have such a knowledge and loving person guide us through the most sensitive and vulnerable time of our parenting lives was truly a gift. She taught us with such ease and grace and set us on the path of comfort and security. We will forever be thankful for her deep understanding of the intricacies of early child growth and the love it takes to raise a healthy baby. Thank you, Marva. Sheryl Crow, marvelous musician and singer, said, "We loved Marva. She's an angel. Marva is a walking reference book on what to expect with a newborn, but most importantly, she loves her babies." That from Sheryl Crow. Laura Dern used her services as well. Sleep can be hard to come by when you have a new baby. Marva's baby tips were useful for my family. And well, I hope for yours as well. That's from Laura Dern. Kristin Davis says, as a single mom, Marva really helped me with her extreme depth of knowledge of newborns. Her calm demeanor helps soothe my anxiety as a new mother. That's beautiful. And they go on and on and on. Marva is truly marvelous in every sense of the word. She's amazing with babies and parents, knowledgeable, intuitive, caring, a natural teacher. When she came to help me with my fourth child, I had no idea how much there still was to learn about caring for a baby. She knows how to get a baby on a schedule that helps them feel secure and happy. And that makes the whole family transition to a new member with ease. I mean,
yeah.
that's just some of the wonderful, I know there's hundreds and hundreds of them. How does that make you feel when you hear that, not just from prominent people and celebrities, but everyday people who truly value the contributions you're making, especially to their family dynamic, but also to that infant, that child who is like a sponge, developing and growing and soaking it all up? It's important what they're exposed to early on because they are like a sponge. And you have these parents, some famous, some not so famous, who are, pouring out their hearts to you because of the nurture and care that you've given their child.
I feel very honored that I feel very honored to my calling. I know that I am doing what I was born to do, and I'm happy lots of people have benefited from the work that I was born to do and will continuously be benefiting from it.
I want to make mention as well that you also have products too, right? There's products that are available through Marvelous Babies.
Not at this time, but soon.
Oh, good. So you're working on some things.
I'm working on lots of stuff.
Very
Lots of
nice.
stuff. Products is one, and then I would be doing consulting. So new parents can talk to me one on one.
You know what I think is great too? In the idea of products, like you say, a baby's skin is so sensitive when they come into the new world. And the products that you recommend are clean and organically made. And you're always open to helping the parents by reviewing products that you would recommend, because it's important for parents to be educated on the products so they know firsthand the better choices to make, because there's
Yeah.
countless products out there in the children's childcare space. So you're there to sort of provide the information that can really help them decide what to use and what not to use, right?
Yes, because sometimes I go in and there are products that have a lot of perfume in them. And again, a new parent doesn't know that they shouldn't use those. So then I would tell them, okay, you might want to use this down the road, but for now, would you want to get something without all these perfumes and other ingredients that is definitely not good for the skin, especially a newborn baby.
Now, how big, since you have all of these different people and a roster of clients, celebrity and otherwise, do you have an extended staff of people? Uh, because there's one Marva, unless you can clone yourself. How does that work? Do you have others that you are working with?
No, I have done that, but I have been so busy in I would say the last 20 years
Yeah,
that I had to just, I was just going and going and going. And it's it's a work where somebody has to somebody has to be born with some of these qualities that I have. And I know there are lots of women out there that do the same work I do, but sometimes it's not the way I do it. And like I was saying earlier on another an,
show.
on another show, you have to be resilient.
Yes.
You have to come with lots of grit and lots of smiles,
Yes.
because there are days where you're asking yourself, man, can I do this? And you realize, yeah, you were born to do this, so keep it moving.
Yes.
So I say that to myself, and I have never quit. I have never quit, but sometimes it's rough, especially the sleep deprivation is real. It's a real thing. And I think because of the sleep deprivation, I thought I must be able one day to help parents, because I think sleep deprivation would get you a divorce in a jiffy.
Yeah.
That's how bad sleep deprivation is. And I have lived that. So I thought, okay, the time is now, where I can help people get rest without help. Because like I said earlier, not everyone can afford to have help.
Right,
So
exactly.
yeah, so I have my work cut out for me, and it's exciting because I don't know everything, but there are some things I'm going to be able to teach parents how to do. It's not what I have done this in homes. Now I'm going to be doing it for the world. So it's a whole different space.
Yeah, because you've been traveling recently, right? You were overseas recently, I
Yeah.
recall.
Yes,
How exciting is that, huh?
yeah, when we started communicating, I was in the south of France, and then from there I went to Dubai, and from Dubai I went to Abu Dhabi, Senegal, back to Paris, then to London. So we couldn't chat before.
I know. I
But
mean,
yeah, you have lots of these celebrities children. They travel a lot, and you have to be able to travel with them and keep the whole plane calm, because once a
so
baby is screaming,
Oh,
everybody.
then it's everybody else. So
Yeah,
you've traveled with them. You're not just at their homes. You're if they're going on a on location shoot or they're
yeah,
performing or
everything.
whatever, you're going and
I'm going as well.
so you really are like a family member on so many different levels. How about for you? Um, this desire to want to care for others, to help others through. Did you grow up in a loving home? Did your mother nurture or grandmother nurture? Where do you think that this came from when you grew up in beautiful Trinidad?
First of all, it's what I was born to do. When you were born to do a work, it comes very easy. It I shouldn't say easy, so people think it's not hard,
Comes more naturally.
but it just is seamless. I mean, after 41 plus years, I'm still excited. So that's number one. I was born to do this work and I'm happy to be able to do it. And number two, giving what you need is a good thing. You know, when because my journey is a very lonely one. So obviously I need love, I need attention, I need nurturing, and so I give what I give and I get,
Yes,
you know,
true.
right
Yeah.
right there with the babies, and the parents and whoever, family member. And so I'm like a family there, and I'm satisfied,
Yes.
with if someone gives me a compliment. I mean, I don't live for this kind of stuff, but if
Yeah.
somebody, chooses to take a minute, because my I have to, I have to say my clients are very busy. So don't wait for them to give you attention.
Right now,
You
exactly.
know,
Yeah.
you don't wait for them. You have, but all I'm saying is I get what I give. I get,
Yeah.
some of what I give, and I'm grateful.
So it's full circle because, yeah, obviously for you to do what you do at the level that you do it at and the amount of time that you give, there's sacrifices you make in your own life in order to do that, to care for others, right?
Oh yeah, which is my life.
Right.
My life
Yes.
is a whole big sacrifice, but it's a good one. It's a good one because, like I said, so many people have benefited from it. And I feel that when the time comes and I leave this earth, I left it a better place.
That's one of the most beautiful things to do in this journey of life is to have that goal of wanting to leave the room better than you found it. That's always been a mantra, a master's mantra of mine as well. I think it's a
Yeah.
beautiful thing. And you're doing that because you're really, through your work, Marva, you are touching generations. You're inspiring and empowering generations,
Yeah.
also inspiring others who see this story and they're thinking about being entrepreneurs themselves and creating whatever it is they want to do in their life. And to see that you've been able to do this and through the blood, sweat, and tears and toil and time put in and expertise, have a very successful business and be beloved by so many people, even to the point I imagine where you will have a family where you're taking care, maybe you took care of the baby in the beginning, and then then the baby grows up and then the is now an adult and they have a child and they want you to take care of their child, almost like generational, huh?
Yeah, I've done that, and there are more coming, and it's fun because I've gone to the home of the very first child I took care of, but like I say, I don't charge for those. I call it the work grandchildren.
I like that. That's beautiful.
So
That's
there's no charge.
wow. That's amazing. That's so sweet of you to do it that way. What are some of the things you love about this work? Obviously, it's in your heart, it's in your DNA, it's in your soul to do this work and to do it for 4 decades plus. Tell us about some of those blessings and joys in your life.
I think what one of the things I have to say I love most is seeing the smiles on my parents' face from, from horror to bliss. It says a whole lot because when I came, they were like, "Oh my God." And then you hang around for 2 days and people are just calm and smiling and just courteous and loving and nurturing each other. And so much I see goes on when I'm there. That's why nobody wants me to leave.
I'm sure the kids too, like, no, don't go home.
Yeah, the parents most of all, because the kids are okay. And when you have happy parents, you stand a chance to, have a great upbringing and great
Which is,
support and all of that.
yeah, which
Yeah.
is so important, right?
Yeah.
It's so important on so many different levels.
It
Uh,
sure is.
Now, for people to grasp some of it, are you bathing the child, feeding the child, putting the child to bed? I mean, all those things. What are
Yeah.
some of the like the tasks that you would undertake?
Yeah. I work 24 hours. And so when the baby in the beginning, when the baby's napping, I'm napping because I'm around the clock.
Yeah,
So I'm feeding if we're doing like formula and there's not enough milk and all that. But most of it, mom is breastfeeding and I am doing the heavy lifting because of new birth.
yeah,
But what happens is parents are learning from me how to do all these things. And then they jump in and they start doing it too. So it's teamwork. It's not just me doing everything. In the beginning, there's a lot I get to do, but you have parents who want to learn how to take care of their babies. So they're right there with me and I'm teaching them how to do what I do.
that's fantastic. Uh, are you reading bedtime stories and books and all kinds of different things to the kids as well?
Yeah, we read like 3 times a day. We do tummy time. We do time on the floor on a mat where there's interactions, with different shapes and colors and I love to play classical music. I've been doing that for over 3 decades. I used to I used to go to work with my cassette
Yes.
tapes and put on whether it's Bach or Tchaikovsky or Beethoven. And so I love to today it's all kinds of music. Once it's okay
Yes.
with the family,
Yeah.
I play all kinds of
All kinds
music
of music.
because these kids are traveling all over the world. Lots of kids, non-celebrities too.
Yes, right.
People want to see what other parts of the world are in different cultures, so they get all types of music. And so when they travel to some place, they're like, okay, we play this music, especially if we're going to a country. You're like, okay, let's play some of their music,
Right.
and
They
but
say that for a
organize,
baby,
yeah, organizing
organizing.
organizing the room, getting the foods prepared when they get to be 6 months and they can eat baby food, making the baby food, and it's it's a whole lot. But it's like you are a co-parent of
Yeah.
sorts. At
Yes.
times, the workload is a lot, especially when you have people that are working, you know,
Yeah.
and celebrities, man, their hours are crazy.
It's all over the place,
Yeah,
right?
people
Exactly.
should people should never want people outside of that business should never want to be celebrities. Don't even try. Don't dress like them. Don't try to look like them. Stop it. Because if you get in their shoes, you're gonna scream.
It's not easy. It's not as glamorous as it looks.
It's not at all.
No.
It's
And
not.
you've
But
seen that and you've learned that being exposed to it, that there's just so much that goes into it. It's not as glamorous as it may come off to be, right? As the way it's presented.
yeah, you wake up in the morning and you look like a sometimes a different person than what you look like on stage, because obviously all of us have our wake up faces.
Yes.
So I say give people a chance to have their wake up faces, to have a hair poking out of your nose like me. Just be normal. Just be normal and natural, because life on its own is, some days can be very daunting and hard and challenging, and some days can be blissfully made.
I like the way you say that. Yes, blissfully made. And you keep an eye on the kids, like say, for example, the parents are out of town or they're away. Oh, I think your sound went out. The sound. Your audio. Yeah. I was saying when the parents are away, there you go. Is it when the parents are away, technology, I tell you, um, if a kid falls ill, you're there to take care of the kid. Um, yeah, the audio disappeared. Who here knows how to read lips? Oh, you're muted. I see it. See the little, see the microphone next to your name? See the cross? That means you're muted. Some of you don't realize how, what it takes to do these shows. There's a lot behind the scenes to pull these shows off. Even these shows, the technology and what it takes to put it all together. Not just the big movies and the networks, but yeah, so there's a little button there that unmutes your microphone. So you get to learn. You learn behind the scenes. Oh, almost. It sort of blinked a little bit. So if you see where your name is, there's a little there you go. Say something now.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I was saying earlier, Jim, we're getting the message across.
Yes.
So the technology, we're good.
That's absolutely right. It's you make the best of whatever it is. And I was saying that, there's times when the parents are away and maybe the child has a temperature or the child's not feeling well or upset
Yeah.
stomach. You're making sure that the child is okay and gets the care as well during those times, right?
Yes, because what what we advise parents to do is have a list of numbers, doctor first, and emergency numbers, family emergency numbers, so we could reach them. And when something happens, we as people who have a lot of experience already, we know from looking at the color of a child's skin, from the way the baby is acting, or if there's a toddler in the house, if this child is bouncy and is acting very lethargic the next day, something is going on. So you have to reach out to the doctor, the children's doctor, and then they'll tell you, okay, if to give them something before they come in, or bring them in, or they're going to come to the house. And we manage those situations really well. So all of that I'll be talking about on my, from my work I'll be doing, and helping people with little things that, if they come upon it, how to handle it, because I have handled a lot.
You've seen it all, right?
At,
Absolutely.
yeah, not all, but I've seen a lot, and I can help. I can help others to not go have those pitfalls as new
Yeah.
parents.
Absolutely. It's beautiful work you're doing, Marva. It really, really is.
Thank you so much, Jim.
Yeah, I know you love it, and it's really a reflection of the kind of person that you are. If you weren't doing this work, you'd probably be a nurse in the children's ward of a hospital or something. You'd still be, you'd be a minister in a church. You'd still, and all of those things actually come into play with what you're doing now anyway. You would be a school teacher. You'd be something where you are taking care of others, helping them heal, bringing them together,
Yeah.
and sort of be a guiding light. The energy that you have flows through and out of you. You're like a facilitator and conduit of all the love and the care for your clients and for their children. And I think it's almost like God's work that you're doing in such a beautiful way, Marva.
Thank you for saying that, Jim, because it is.
On every level possible. There's the website, everybody, marvalousbabies.com. You can make contact. She is marvelous, and we're so honored to have her here. What would you say to somebody right now, maybe who's watching, who they're struggling, they're new parents, they're nervous, maybe there's you've probably dealt with situations where there's postpartum, and that's a whole other thing that you witness when that's happening as well. What would you say to somebody who's watching right now? Maybe they're struggling with some of that right now.
I would say, number one, if you do not have enough milk, if your milk is not coming through, feed that baby some formula. That's number one, because that's a big stressor. When you realize that you're not having enough milk, then you leave the baby to be hungry for days. And a lot of people have regretted that move in the worst of ways. So please, I advise, give the baby some formula before it's too late. And secondly, walk around the bed. Do some walking. It really helps to release your happy endorphins. Walk so that you do not go into postpartum depression. Just walk in the house. Even if you have to get a walker, just
Yeah,
to hold for balance and do some walking. If it's 5 minutes, you're not going to go into that place of depression. Just
right.
walk, drink lots of water, and feed the baby some formula until your breast milk comes in.
Wonderful and valuable advice for anybody watching that is going through any of this right now. Marva, really, truly amazing. And to be here on International Women's Day, how apropos. You are a very beautiful and spirited person. Maureen's watching in Arizona, and she has been a nurse for decades. And she says, Marva, you truly have a servant's heart. I have such respect for what you do. Isn't that
Thank
beautiful?
you. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
that's coming from Nurse Maureen. Thanks for joining us on the
Thank you,
show and
Nurse Marine.
spending this time with us and being so diligent, holding the phone. You are amazing. It's like holding a baby. She's
I
literally,
mean,
folks,
I
she's
just
actually
love
holding her phone
I
for
just
for
love
this hour.
I just love the fact that I'm holding the phone and the frame is dancing.
There's
Left foot,
something. Yes.
right foot, left foot.
Uh,
Well, hey,
yeah, it could be like
this is
you're.
what you get when you come in touch with Marvelous Marva.
That's right. And there's some
It's
beautiful.
real.
It's
It's not
real.
fake. It's real, like the way I'm holding this phone.
Originally she was going to go on her computer, laptop, but there was a problem. So she said, well, we're going to try plan B. We're going to do the phone. And she's actually the whole time, this hour, that's how diligent she is and dedicated to the task. She's holding her phone in the air. she's going to need like a therapeutic massage for an hour afterwards. Uh, they noticed there's some beautiful dogs outside there who've been looking in the window as well. Some beautiful. You probably end up friendly with the pets too, who you come
Yes, they.
across.
I didn't realize they were there, but they don't leave me
They
alone.
peeked in there. They looked in, and they were like, smiling as they were looking in. You probably become friends of the pets, and the pets become friends of yours too as they're there, which is
Yes,
beautiful.
yes. And when I visit again, sometimes the pet they know me.
They know you right away, yes, and that you're not a threat. You're
Yes,
there to encourage. You're wonderful and a
yes.
wonderful spirit, Marva. And again, everybody, there's the
Thank you,
website.
Jim.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine. I hope at some point we meet in person. That would be beautiful. And best of luck and continued blessing and joy to you and to your family and everybody that you take care of. And I hope you enjoyed the time with me as much as I absolutely have with you, Marva.
Yes, my pleasure. I did enjoy talking to you, and I love what you're doing. And keep up the good work.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. You are a real gem and a blessing. And Jane is watching in Sweden. You are really a smart woman, Marva. Hardworking and good heart, amazing woman from Jane watching in Sweden. Very, very nice. We love that. You take
Hi,
care, my
Jane.
friend.
Hi,
Yeah,
Jane.
isn't that great? And
Okay.
Maureen
And
added, I'm sending the tightest of lovely hugs to you, dear Marva. You're a beautiful human, and the world is lucky to have you. That's what we call
I
lovity.
think
Remember, our show is filled with levity on the Jim Masters show. There it is.
thank you, Jane and Maureen, so much. But I think they really like how I am holding this phone for an hour.
They're like, gee, if she could hold the phone, she could hold the baby. And
That's
just
right.
rock the baby.
I'm going
Rock the
right back
baby.
to work now.
You're going right back to work.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thanks for spending this time with us. Truly a delight. And I
Thank you.
hope again,
Thank you so so much.
oh, the pleasure is all
Thank you.
mine. You're welcome
Yeah.
back
Thank you so much.
anytime, Marva. You're
Thank you.
welcome back.
I'll hold you to it.
Yeah, we're here. We say we keep the porch light on for you, and they already said that you're a Jim Master Show lovity. So and you know this in this industry. There's Academy Awards, there's Tonys, Emmys, Grammys, Peabodys, Tellys, all these great awards. But how does it feel to be a Jim Master Show lovity? Are your feet tingling?
Um,
Most people say their feet are tingling.
I'm very honored.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine. Merlin
Very.
in Ontario, Canada says those children are blessed having you as their nanny.
What's his or her name?
That's Merlin. She's watching in Ontario, Canada.
Hi, Merlin. Thank
Yeah,
you so much. Thank you
a-
for that compliment. It means a
absolutely.
lot to me hearing that from you guys.
Yes, I'm a very interactive host. I love to interact with our international
Yes, I love
audience.
that.
It
I
means a
love that.
lot. You take care. Go rest that arm.
Go back to work.
And go back to work. Take care, Marva. We appreciate it, and we'll chat again soon,
Okay,
okay?
Jim.
You be well.
Yes, thank you so so much.
Take care. Bye-bye now. Marva Soogrim, she is the founder and CEO of Marvalous Babies. And you see the spelling there, Marvalous, playing off her name. Wasn't she terrific? She's a real hoot. She's a real spirit, and she's super talented, experienced, and has all the background and the love and care. And again, she's been doing this for over 4 decades, taking care of the children of, again, the prestigious in New York and the A-list in Hollywood. And she can do this also for your children and grandchildren as well. And you go to marvelousbabies.com to learn more. And she does it all. It's amazing. I don't know how she does it. She travels around the world with the families, with the celebrities and the families as well and their children. There she is. She's a real spirit, isn't she? We loved having her on the show. Every episode of the Jim Masters Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Celebrity Talk Show series is something unique, special. We always have a good time, always have great laughs. We always learn something. We're always entertained, and we always bring you in, our valued viewers watching from all around the world, live or watching this later in the archives. This entire episode, which had some great tips in it too, will be archived right on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. We thank Marva for joining us. This was really a delight to have her here, especially on International Women's Day. Very empowering, inspiring woman and talented. Don't forget to give this episode a like on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. There's a big thumbs up on all the episodes. Click the thumbs up. Leave a comment for us on our YouTube channel as well. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. It doesn't cost anything. It really helps us grow. It helps us expand, and it helps us reach larger audiences when you subscribe, comment, and like. Truly, we love it. YouTube loves it. And we appreciate those of you who have done that as well. Kathleen Walker in New York City, some of our faithful, you may recognize if you follow our shows, some of these names who are dedicated viewers watching almost daily. Kathleen Walker says, great fun conversation. Thanks, Jim. My pleasure. And Maureen in Arizona, Marva is proof that angels walk among us. I agree as well. Merlin's saying, thanks, Marva. You're God sent to those families, celebrities or otherwise. She's dedicated and been doing it for 4 decades, originally from Trinidad, lived in New York. Boy, I would love to try her pigeon peas and rice, huh? Oh, boy. Again, we had those neighbors from Trinidad, and the pigeon peas and rice that Maggie made. We have not been able to find that since. So good. She's amazing. She's a real talent. There's the website again for our Marva's company, marvalousbabies.com. Really cool, fun show, right? And you learn something. We have so many guests coming up. It's extraordinary. Jill Jacobson is a legendary actress, film, television, and stage. She's joining us on the show. Joel Thurm, he was vice president of casting and talent for NBC. He cast The Golden Girls, Knight Rider, The A-Team, the Rocky Horror Picture Show. He's with us on Saturday. So many incredible guests coming up. And these are just a few of the guests that are coming up. So, we always have a good time with all of you. And if you enjoy it, let everybody know. Spread the sunshine. And we don't say goodbye around here. We say see you later. Ciao. Cheers. We say moy loop, slancha, sayonara, hasta la vista, shalom, cheerio, take care, be well. And don't forget, and there's a theme in this episode with Marva talking about being such a calming force for the kids. We say the same thing around here at JMS. Don't forget to relax, take care of one another, love one another, and don't forget to love yourself. Take time to relax, breathe. You know what I mean? Have dinner with the family, cook a meal, read a book, listen to music, binge watch almost 900 episodes of the Jim Masters Show live series as of today. And go back and look at all those amazing guests we've had and enjoy. You might even forget a few, or there might be some shows you've missed that we've done. The content that we deliver is extraordinary. The amount of hours, the amount of time, and it's all for you. And I certainly hope you're enjoying it, whether you're entertained, informed, educated, or just stopping by to check us out. If this is your first time here, welcome. If this is your 900th time here, welcome. Thousands and thousands of hours of content, hundreds and hundreds of guests, and we love every single second of it. We're going to take off. We haven't had dinner yet, and it's after 9 o'clock at night here, and we still have to have dinner. We've had no dinner, and it's 9 o'clock at night. What happened? Right? Yeah, I think we could all use Marva. Absolutely. Have to clone Marva. Kathleen says, I love it here. Have a great night. Good night, all. We love having you here, Ms. Walker. It's so great to have you here at JMS. And I know how much you enjoy our show and our series and everything else. Gang, whether you're watching live or you're watching this later, thanks for stopping by the Jim Masters Show live series. Don't keep it a secret. We do something different every day, just like a really good talk show does, not just interviews, but conversations for all of you. So with that said, it's time to eat. I wish we had pigeon peas and rice in here, but we don't. We've got some other good stuff we're going to have. We will catch you on the next episode. We're back tomorrow with more. I'll be right here in the host chair for you. Another crazy busy day tomorrow. I've got 5 radio shows, 3 scripts. We have 1 television shoot, and then I have to do 3 voiceovers and narrations for a documentary. Yeah, it's a little crazy, and sometimes I gotta clone myself to get it all done. But we do it because we love it. If you get to do what you love and you love what you do, it isn't work. Until you haven't eaten, then it's work, and I haven't eaten, so it's time to wrap. Thanks, gang. I love all this. Maureen saying, "There's no place like Lovety Hall." Lovety hugs, y'all. Right back at you. All right, gang. We'll see you in the next one. If you're watching this in the archives, stay right here. Another episode comes right up. Right after this episode, another episode comes right up on our YouTube channel for all of you to enjoy here for you. Maureen says her head is spinning hearing my schedule. Jim, best of luck. Thank you very much. Sometimes my head spins too when I look at the schedule. And today was nutty because a few things had to be shifted and this person wasn't available and we had to move this one around. And it got a little crazy and a little tight. And then we had a guitar gig about 2 hours ago. And here we are. It gets a little nutty, but it's the nature of the business, this crazy business I'm in. And we love sharing it with all of you. So go make a sandwich, folks. I say that to some of the guests. Are you going to make a sandwich? We'll see you on the next one, okay? We love you all. I'm your host, Jim Masters, thanking you for your time this time. Till next time, right here at JMS and Lovety Hall on the Jim Masters Show Live. Be well. Cheers.